Music appreciation 101.
All right, I want to talk about your mashups because we got another like 5 minutes or so here.
Yeah.
Let's talk these mashups. Do you feel like that was a evolution of your remix days? And talk about like I know that people are really responding well to them. I think they're super fun. Where did this start? What was the goal? And then like what has it turned into?
So it actually started as a fluke. I was just in the car with my fiance, and
Uh,
she said to me, I just heard at work the Fleetwood Foxes, like one of your favorite bands. And I was like, and I just started laughing. I was like, oh my God, I need to make a mashup of those two things.
yeah.
And so she is a comedy writer.
Oh,
So,
perfect.
yeah. So she helped me make that first video.
Cool.
And so is Fleet Foxes and Fleetwood Mac.
Mm-hmm.
And so we filmed it, and I really had no expectations and put it up, and then it just started blowing up, and then Robin Pecknold from Fleet Foxes reposted it.
No way.
It was just
Yeah.
it was crazy. So I was like, all right, I guess I should make more of these.
Yes. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it.
Yeah, it just started blowing up from there. It was crazy.
Man, the power of just those little ideas and actually doing them, like that's the magic is you actually followed through. I feel like a lot of people have like come up with like a funny pun combination, but then they just like, like, oh, that'd be fun to do someday.
For me, it's like as soon as I get an idea, I need to do it right away.
Cool.
Or else if I wait too long, then I'm just like, I don't care. I'm not going to do that. So
Great advice.
when I get an idea, like I probably got home and I was like, we have to do this now. We need to film this right now.
And look at what it does. Look at what it does by making that call. I love it.
Yeah. And then after that, so then I was like, all right, well, I posted this video where I was like, I reached out to, the people, the followers, and I was just like, you come up with ideas for mashups.
Mhm.
And that way I can do like on Instagram, you could do like the quote
Yeah.
video.
Yeah. Yeah. Right.
So, and I feel like that really helped too, because it got a lot of people involved
Cool.
with it also. So everybody's like trying to come up with their favorite mashups of two bands.
I love it.
Yeah.
You create that audience engagement, you create content, and you get to like play with something that people already love. I feel like that's special.
Yeah, it's been fun. And I see it, it's also like a puzzle.
Cool.
It's
Another puzzle.
very similar to mixing, because you have two bands.
Mm-hmm.
So you come up with the title basically.
Mm-hmm.
And you're like, okay, which two songs work together? And it's you can't just use any song. It's
Mhm.
it really needs to be songs that are either in the same key,
Okay.
or you can pitch the keys, but it's
Yeah, then you lose it.
kind of weird.
Right, that makes sense.
Or what I
Mhm.
found the best is if the like the lyrics are in like the relative minor. So like if
Ooh.
the track is in C
Yeah.
major and then the vocals are in A minor, it gives the lyrics like a different feel.
Yeah, that's cool.
Like, I think that the Fleetwood Foxes one,
Uh-huh.
the Fleet, I keep on going, is in a major key,
Okay.
and the Fleetwood Mac song's in a minor key.
Mm-hmm.
It just gives the melody this whole dark flavor to it.
I love that.
Yeah.
I love that. That's a great point. And that's yeah, I mean, part of the value to like study music theory or whatever is to like understand just that it's a bag of tricks, and like that's pulling from one that I think some people with relative major and minor, it's like, oh, I don't want to touch that. It's like, no, look at like you're using it music theory in like a hilarious way that's leading towards really happy people on the other end. That's a beautiful thing.
Yeah, and it's like with those mashups, it's
Yeah.
basically I just use Melodyne and
Mhm.
I use the Isotope RX,
Mhm.
and that allows you to isolate the vocals. It's just like the craziest technology.
Amazing.
Yeah, it's called music rebalance.
Okay.
And basically, you could just put whatever song you want into it, and then you can isolate the vocals, you can isolate the drums, you can isolate the bass. It's like it's crazy. So just with those two tools, I could make most of the mashups.
I love that. I actually did something very similar for the artist that I work with called Rhye. They wanted me to do a remix, but they didn't send me anything. So just do a remix.
Yeah, exactly. For those remixes, you can take any song and just isolate the vocals.
Yep. And the drums, when you do that, sound wild. And so sometimes I'll use them. I'll rip out the drums and like
So you got drums?
throw,
Try that. That's
it sounds crazy because it's got a bunch of artifacts in it. Because like we were saying, the drums are such a wide spectrum of frequencies. There's artifacts all over it. You take that and like throw into a stereo phaser or something like that, and it seriously feels like your head is like spinning. It's pretty sweet.
I'm gonna need to try that.
Yeah.
Music appreciation.